Fine. Okay. Shall we start? Right. Right, everyone. Okay. So you people are saying, okay, today I'll go a bit slow. Okay. Today, first of all, I given you some task. Okay. Welcome to day 3. Yesterday, I explained about bitwise operator, membership, identity operator. After that, I started discussion about strings. I completed list. I completed in the strings. I given you a simple task. I given you. Okay, it's a kind of a assignment. Now your assignment turned to be punishment for me. Huh? you heard it correctly. Why? Because as soon as I give an assignment, you people, they're sending me the messages with a solution. And everyone, sir, please check my answer is correct. My answer is correct. So that turned to be punishment for me. Your assignment turned to be punishment for me. Okay, so okay, when I give you a task, don't worry, I'll explain in the class next day. Kindly wait. Okay, kindly wait. Everyone started sending me like programs. They are sending me the programs and they're asking me, sir, can you check this error? Can you check this error? I already have more than 1600 chats. Sorry, 1200 chats I already have. Still, I need to answer all those things. Like, it's not practically possible. Okay, just try to understand. Like, as you have my number, don't keep on texting. Okay, fine. Welcome to day 3. So today, whatever the task I given you in the last session, I'll discuss that task. After that, I'll discuss tuples. I'll be discussing sets, frozen set, dictionaries. I'll discuss. After that, I'll give the quick recap. Okay. Okay. So depends on the time. I'll do that. Like compare it to yesterday and day before yesterday. Today, I will leave you a bit early. I'll stop at dictionaries and I'll leave you. Okay. Concentrate, everyone. So what is the task? I told you, take employee data from keyboard. Take employee data from keyboard. Okay, when I say to take employee data from the keyboard, okay, what you need to do when you want to take a data from the keyboard, you have to take, and I already given you the names also. Employee name, employee salary, employee salary, employee ID, some 3 variables I given you. Name, salary, ID. So if you want to take data from the keyboard, you assign this. Employee name, this is the variable. So you have to take it from the input. Okay, directly I'll write the code. Check it. Employee address. Like for that, you don't need ChatGPT. It's very simple thing. I told you to take employee data from the keyboard and I want you to print that. That's it. Employee data. Check it. Employee name is equal to input. Enter the name. Next. Employee salary. Enter the salary. Employee address. Enter the address. Now, after this, I want you to print those variables. Okay. This is what I expected. Enter the name, salary, free only, right? We'll put big number. Why? Why to compromise? Hyderabad. Okay, so now some intelligent fellows, they'll ask me, so salary, you have to keep integer, no sir, or float, no sir. People will ask. So if you want to, see, I'm just only displaying it. I'm not doing any operations. Integer, float, everything chalta. This is the output what I expected from you. And majority of the people, this is what they said. Okay. Right. Let's put big number, let's put. Right. This is what I expected. Let me check. I hope you also got the same thing. Right? Everyone, please confirm me. This is what I expected. Did you try? Simple task. Yes? Okay. Then you're all good. You're all good. Fine. Yes. Okay. This is what I expected. Okay. Right? Nice. Let's start. Okay. Just forget about that. Now let's concentrate. And yesterday, we started about list, right? Let me give strings. We discussed about strings and list. String is a, what? Let me give quick recap. String is a sequence of characters. Few very important points to remember about string. Strings are immutable, denoted using single quote, double quote, triple quote. Duplicates allow. Okay. Right? And some string functions we discussed. After that, we discussed about list. List is a collection of elements. List is a collection of elements. Okay. Collection of elements means those elements can be heterogeneous elements. Right? Okay. And list is mutable. ID will not change. Right? We discussed that. After that, we discussed some list built-in functions we discussed. Okay, so and before that we discussed about operators and some features. So this is what happened in the last session. Okay, so today let me discuss one more data type. Tuple. Tuple. Tuple definition. Okay. Tuple is also collection of elements. Like the same definition, whatever you find for the list, similar definition. Tuple is also a collection of elements. Similarly, tuple will also contains heterogeneous elements. Heterogeneous elements. And the difference between list and tuple is list will be denoted using square bracket. Whereas tuple, this parenthesis. And one more difference, list is mutable. Tuples are immutable. Okay. You can modify the list, but you cannot modify the tuple, you cannot modify. You cannot modify the tuple. Okay, I hope it's very clear. I'll make it more clear. How to define the tuple? Check. A is equal to, I'm taking an integer, tuple. It can take integer, it can take float, it can take string, it can take complex, it can take boolean. You can see. Okay. Still don't believe it is a tuple? It's a tuple. I hope it's clear. Now, you can also define the tuple without giving brackets. So by default, if you define the tuple by just giving the commas, without giving brackets also, it will consider as tuple only. It will consider as tuple only. Okay. Tuple is a collection of elements, and that collection of elements can take any element, different types of data. Next. Tuples are immutable. So for example, A of 0th index, I want to access an element. Check. I get A of 0th index. I have 1. This A of 1, I want to modify. I want to modify with a string. You can see. It says tuple object does not support item assignment. You cannot modify the tuple. Okay. You cannot change it. Is it clear? Tuple, you cannot modify. Right. Next. After this, let's see, when I say it is not changeable, it means which is immutable. It means when I say tuples are immutable, apart from this, all are same. Whatever we discuss in the list, either slicing or indexing, concatenation, multiplication, all these are same in the tuple also. Like how we discussed about the list, all this we can implement for the tuple also. Okay, so indexing and all. But what is the difference? It is immutable. Immutable means you cannot modify. You cannot modify means, when I say you cannot modify means you cannot add an element. You cannot remove an element. All this you cannot do. Okay, so that's the reason built-in functions in tuple will be very less. Right. Every element in the tuple object will be represented with unique index. Tuple objects are immutable. Multiple duplicate elements. And indexing, slicing, concatenation, multiplication, as it is, it will support. Okay, indexing, we already seen in last session. Like list, I want to fetch an element by using index number, that is indexing. Next, slicing, I want range of objects, range of elements I wanted. Then I can go for slicing. Same concept, guys. Yesterday, whatever I discussed, same concept. I'm not repeating it again. And concatenation, multiplication. You can see all these, whatever we seen. The difference is one is the brackets, other one is lists are mutable and tuples are immutable. That's it. And tuple functions, and these functions you can take it as a built-in functions in Python. You can apply for other data types also. Okay. Length function. What is this length function? You know, I have a number of elements. Okay. I want to count it. Same thing. Whatever we discuss in the strings list, same thing. Next. Count. We already seen what count will do. I have an element. I want to access. I want to check how many times this number will occur. Okay. Next, sorted. Now, what is this sorted? Sorted, you may ask me, sir, you are changing. No, sir. When you sort it, the elements will change. No, sir. But you have to check this. When I apply sorted function, okay, when I apply sorted function, when I say sorted of A, it automatically will convert into straight. Okay, just a minute. You have to take one type of data. Combine, it won't accept. Okay, it will convert into list. Sum will give sum of a minimum. We can find minimum of it. Max, you can find maximum of it. You can do that. And you can delete that object. The conversions. So one element to other. For example, this A is a tuple. You cannot convert into string. Okay, so conversions, don't worry. After the completion of set and dictionaries, I'll discuss the conversions. Okay, so one thing, just try to understand, tuple is also same like list, but differences is list objects are mutable. Tuple objects are not mutable. Tuple is denoted using normal braces, whereas list square brackets. Is it clear, everyone? Tuple is okay. Later, don't tell I did not understand. Tuples are okay. Tuples is one of the collection data type. Okay, it's an inbuilt data structure in Python. Tuples are inbuilt data structures. I hope it's very clear. Yes? Okay, so once you are aware of tuple, next I will discuss about set. Again, set is also one of the collection data type. Now set is little bit different. Set is little bit different. Concentrate. Concentrate, everyone. Set. Let's see. Again, the definition is same. Set is a collection of heterogeneous elements. Set is a collection of heterogeneous elements. Okay. For example, I want to define the set. I can define okay, you can see guys. Set spelling, I wrote it seat. Now, let's try to execute this. What are the things you observe? You can check. Like in set, whatever the order of elements you entered, that order will not store. That order will not store. Whatever the order of elements you enter, that will not store. Now, and one more difference you can see. Now, when I try to take the duplicates, one I wrote it for 3 times. When I try to print it, you get it only once. So points to be noted while discussing set. Set is a collection of heterogeneous elements. The definition is same like list and a tuple. Okay, but points to be noted, order is not preserved. Order is not preserved. Next, it won't encourage duplicates. Duplicates are not allowed. Right? And set objects are mutable. Set objects are mutable. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So guys, I hope you're writing the notes. Okay, the entire notes, not only today's, whatever 10, 11 days, whatever the concepts I am going to discuss, the complete notes I just made it as a folder. This folder link, okay, I'll share it in the YouTube channel's description. You can check it from there. Okay, the entire notes, whatever I committed, all the concepts notes I will be sharing today only directly. Okay, so you don't need to text me. The complete concepts will be available with you today itself. Okay, you can happily, like, you already know the concepts, line by line concepts, you can do that. You can check it, the name. You download it, Anshita, you can download it, you can share it, you can do whatever you want. Okay. Fine. And if you see that notes, for example, like let me pick this list data type. Okay. This notes 17th May, like I think 2021 something. Definition and PPTs also will be there. Okay. Handwritten notes. I hope you're also writing the notes. If you did not write if you still did not write, kindly write the notes. You write the notes. I will also share the notes. Don't worry. Okay. Fine, everyone. Set. It is mutable. Order is not preserved. When order is not preserved, this indexing, slicing, concatenation, Okay, all this will be depends on the order only. When order is not preserved, these operations you cannot perform. You cannot perform these operations. Indexing, slicing, concatenation, you cannot perform these operations. Is it clear? Right. Set objects are mutable. When indexing is not, when indexing is not supported, when indexing is not supported, you can add the elements using add. Okay, let's take set. Let's take set. Set 1. Set 1. We'll take all the elements. Okay. Now, if you consider true, I told you in Python, true represents value 1. And true and 1 will take it as duplicates. Now you can see it will not print. Okay, only 1 will consider. Okay. Now in this, if I want to add, before that, let me check the ID. ID of set 1. ID of set 1. Now, you observe carefully. Let me add one element. Set 1 dot add. I want to add one element. Okay. Now let me print that set 1. Let me check ID. Both IDs are same. If both IDs are same, it means if both IDs are same, okay, if both IDs are same, it means a new object is not created. Okay. Original object got modified. It's clear, right? Set objects are mutable. Set objects are mutable. Next, sir, I don't want to add one element, sir. I want to add multiple elements, sir. Now you can take set to some element you can take. Set to some elements you can take. Set 1 dot add. Set to not add. You have to take one more built-in function called update. Update. Now you can check the set 1. Few more elements will be added there. Got it? Few more elements will be added. That is update function. Apart from this, like some more built-in functions which will be very handy in set. Concentrate. Set is mutable, right? You can modify. You can modify. Right? How to modify? Modification include not only adding or adding, not only that. You can also remove and you can say your set got modified. Okay. For that, you can use pop, remove, discard, all these to remove an element. Copy, what it will do, copy function. Copy function, you have an element. You have one more element. Okay, simply it will clone it. It will clone it. So both the set will get the same thing. Next, pop. What pop will do, you know? Pop will remove some random element, guys. Some random element, if you apply pop, it will remove random element. So I am asking you all to practice every day. In the class itself, you can practice. When I say pop function, you can open the tab. You can open ideally immediately. You can take a set and you can practice. Okay, as soon as I started built-in functions, you can take one set. In that same set, you can apply all the pop-up functions. So now I just want to check how many of you are practicing. If you are watching this session from YouTube, kindly comment there whether you are practicing or not. How many of you are practicing? Everyone, you have to practice, guys. If you don't practice, later don't complain me. Sir, like I am not able to listen, I am not understanding. Don't do that. Why? Because while explaining, the things will be very easy. Why? Because I already taught to thousands of students. I know the technique how to teach you. But while explaining, it will be easy for you. But while practicing, it will be difficult. So kindly practice. That is what I want. Fine. Right. Just when I share this PPT, you have to practice. Next, after pop, we have remove function. So pop function, I told you it will remove some random element. I'll show you. Pop function will remove some random element. Okay, but whereas remove, I want to remove a particular element I want. I'll show you. See, for example, I'll take set 1. Can anyone tell me which number it is going to remove? It's removing 1. And don't say me, sir, it will remove first element. Every time it is not possible. But I want to remove a particular element. Remove 23.4. It will remove 23.4. You can see. Discard function will also do the same thing. If you want to remove a particular element, you can remove. But the advantage of using discard is, if you are trying to remove an element which is not available here, it will not give you any error. But same thing, if you do it with remove function, it will give you an error. Check it. So that is the difference between remove and discard. Clear function will remove all the elements in the set. Is it clear? It will remove all the elements in the set. It will remove. Next, mathematical operations. Like in your school mathematics, somewhere you came across this set. Okay. Mathematical operations, union, intersection, difference, right? Union operations. What is this union operations? What is this union operation will do? When I say union, It means you have to set. You have to set A is equal to you have B, one more set you have. Okay. A dot union of B, it will combine two sets. You can say A dot intersection. What are the common elements? A dot difference. I want to check what are available in A but not B. I can also do it like this. For A intersection, you have this. Right? You have symbols and functions. Okay, so this is about set data type. Set is a collection of elements, and those elements can be heterogeneous elements. And set objects, specialities, you cannot store the order. Whatever the order of elements you are entering, same order of elements you cannot expect. And duplicates, it's not allowed. And string objects are set objects are mutable. Set objects are mutable. I hope it's very clear. Set objects are mutable. Right? Sets are okay. Next, we have one more data type, that is dictionary. Before going to the dictionary, we have one more data type, that is frozen set. Frozen set is exactly same as set. But difference is frozen set is immutable, whereas set is mutable. So while defining a set, you're defining a set. Okay, you have to make this okay. Now B dot add, for B you cannot apply add function. Why? Because you cannot modify some string if I want to add it. Okay. You cannot add. Why? Because frozen set is immutable. You cannot add. Okay. Next, we have dictionaries. Now, what is this dictionaries? Like suppose I want to store the data key value pair. I want to store the data key value pair. Okay. Now, for example, I want to store name and marks. Name and marks. I can use dictionary. I can use. Okay. And how to represent? And one thing in set you need to remember, many people confuse. Empty set representation is this, guys. This is how you need to represent empty set. Empty dictionary representation is this. This is empty dictionary representation. No confusion. So how to represent? You can use curly braces. and there will be one key and value. So how to create a dictionary? And dictionaries are also mutable. Now I'm creating a dictionary. I'm creating an empty dictionary. Let me check ID of. I get some ID. Now in dict1, I can give key. Okay. I give my marks 35, I just pass. One girl in the class, she got 99. Now you can see. Okay. So I have name, I have marks. Okay. Got it. So if I want to store the data, key value pair. It's a built-in data structure, collection data type in Python. I can store, I can represent in this way. And remember ID of dictionary, check it again. It will be same. Why? Because dictionaries are mutable. When I say mutable, you have to write it very somewhere very clearly. Dictionaries are mutable, sets are mutable, frozen set is immutable. All these points you have to write it very clearly. So interview questions means don't feel it. It will come from somewhere. So all these consider as a interview questions only. Okay. And duplicate keys are not allowed, but values can be duplicated. So what does it mean? So why you cannot give duplicate keys, but values you can give. So same fellow will get same marks, right? Different fellows will get same marks, right? Possible. Okay. So here in this dictionary, dict1, Raju is equal to dict1. It will consider. But dict1, if I take Dharma, same key again, if I give it 99, it will overlap the previous 35. You cannot. Okay. So when you cannot give duplicate keys, but values you can give. So with the dictionaries, anyway, that key will act as an index. So all this indexing slicing, okay, which will be work on that index based will not work. Right? Next, we have some more like how we discussed in set other data types. We have built-in functions in dictionaries also. So what length will give? Number of elements. Length. So here one pair you have to select one. Clear. What clear will do? You can use this clear function to remove all the items. So it will give you empty dictionary. So what get function will do is, if I try to access get of 4, I'll get what is the value associated with this. Everything I'm sharing the material, you can practice immediately, whether it will work or not. Pop. Pop, when you consider pop 1.5. So whatever the key associated with that, it will remove. So whatever the food I ate in the afternoon, I felt it does not digest properly. I'm getting it back. Pop item. What is this pop item? Like you have to remove, you want to remove, you can remove, simple. Okay, usually it will remove the last element. All this you can practice, guys, immediately. You can practice immediately, you can practice. So nothing is there. These are not very difficult things. From next class onwards, the real programming concepts will come. Today will be last happy day for you. Okay. And from tomorrow, this 3 days, I seen today we got less strength. If you don't attend tomorrow session, again I'm repeating, if you don't attend tomorrow session, that is day 4, kindly forget about this free course. I'm telling you. Why? Because tomorrow's session will be very useful session for you. You are going to understand like what exactly you can do. Okay. Once you learn programming.